You wake up and open your eyes, and the first thing you do is open TikTok and start to scroll. When you notice the time is only 11:30, you say to yourself, oh, I'll only be on for like 15 more minutes. And the next time you check, you've been mindlessly scrolling for 2 hours. And well, to be honest, I used to be one of these people. But now that I've escaped, I see my friends and family do this, and it honestly looks sad. I could be having a sleepover with a friend, and as soon as they wake up, they grab their phone almost in despair and just open TikTok and begin to scroll for hours. I hope you know how bad it is to just wake up and immediately grab your phone and start scrolling. That's so much bad dopamine. And if you don't know what dopamine is, I'll tell you in just a sec. If you don't know who I am, my name is Peter Dewey, and I help young men improve their life through self-improvement, storytelling, and life experience. But like I was saying, your addiction to TikTok isn't really your fault. Now I say this because TikTok is meticulously designed to addict you, to siphon away the most important thing you have, your attention. You open the app to relax and just pass time for a bit and think to yourself oh, the videos are only 15 seconds long, I shouldn't really spend that much time on it, right? But then hours pass by. Did you know that the average TikTok user spends around an hour to 6 each day on TikTok? What's 6 times 7? 42. What's 42 times 4? 168. What's 168 times 24? 7. And no, I didn't get that off my head. I got a little. 7 days of your life, a month, wasted just mindlessly scrolling and burning your attention span. And it's honestly very sad. I can't count how many times I was just talking to a friend or trying to talk to him, and he just gets on his phone and just starts scrolling. It looks very disrespectful and just sad on their part. It's like I'm trying to talk to them, but their mind is in a completely different dimension, and they can't stay focused on just one thing. I could be just trying to start a conversation with them, but they just cannot get their eyes off the phone. To be honest, you've probably had the same experience before. Let's say you really, really like a movie or a TV show, and you try to get a friend or family member to watch it, and the whole time, you just notice that they're just on their phone, just maybe scrolling on TikTok or Instagram Reels or something, just on their phone. It's pretty disrespectful, and it seems like you're just wasting your time. Now, you've probably heard more and more people talking about dopamine, dopamine detox, and what's all that actually mean? Well, dopamine in a nutshell is basically just a kind of motivation. It's not really the enjoyment of something, but it's the pleasurable feeling when you're on pursuit of that thing. For example, you don't get the dopamine while eating McDonald's. You get the dopamine while waiting for your turn to order in the drive-thru line. Dopamine's all about the motivation to go and do that thing. And this is how TikTok absolutely addicts your dopamine receptors, because it's not about you just seeing the best kind of video. It's the search of the best video. It's about the search of the next video that makes you slightly chuckle. You just keep scrolling and scrolling because you never really know if the next video is gonna make you laugh or be really interesting. That's what dopamine is. You keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling to find that video that makes you laugh again or feel the way you felt before again and again and again. There was a study, or more an experiment, that was done many, many years ago. B.F. Skinner, the psychologist, ran an experiment where he put rats in a box and observed how they responded to random rewards. The animals would press a lever and sometimes get a small treat, sometimes a big treat, and sometimes no treat at all. Unlike the mice that got the same treat every time, the mice that got different treats, randomized treats, would compulsively just keep pressing the lever. This is the key to TikTok's addiction strategy. That, coupled with the fact that TikTok has an endless scroll, if you keep scrolling, there's no bottom. You can never get to the bottom on TikTok. You just keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. Not even porn has an endless scroll. You go on porn, you scroll down a bit, and the page ends. The creators of TikTok knew what they were doing when they created a platform like this. They know that it would addict you severely. If you're watching this video, I'm sure you can relate. Honestly, if you really think about it, to close the app is actually kind of hard. Back when I used to use TikTok, I'd be on the app, and I'd notice myself slipping away 2 more, 3 more. And I scroll, and an ad pops up, and I just keep going. And I'm like, I passed down like 10, and it's already been like 15 minutes. I'm like, bro, all right, just like 2 more. I just keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and then finally I catch myself, and like it's so hard to like stop scrolling. Back when I used to watch TikTok or have TikTok, and the only way I would get out is, you know how TikTok, you scroll, eventually you're gonna get to like an ad, and like some of those ads were like just piss me off. So like I would get to an ad and I'd be like, all right, that's it. Like I'd have to get to a point where it was just unenjoyable to keep scrolling. But that's the only way I managed to like leave the app and like do other things, you know? Now, be honest with yourself. You're probably trying to cope right now. You're probably like, oh, well, only on there for like an hour or two, like a day. And like people at my school are usually on there too, so it shouldn't really be a problem. Well, honestly, having a thought like that tells me, and it should tell yourself, that you honestly have no self-respect for yourself. As a young man, your time, attention, and your ability to work is very valuable, and it's worth so much. If you want to be successful in the future, you get success by valuing your time and putting your time into the things that would actually get you to that level of success. I'll make another video showing the effects of what happens when you just keep scrolling on TikTok and how to ultimately stop watching it. Work harder and not smarter.